one of our really nice coffee mugs, and some of our soaps, including a selection of cold process and one of our molded soaps, which Lillian is the store manager, and she specializes in making dessert soaps. So I hope someone enjoys their win. Thanks.
So at some point tonight, if you can please buy some raffle tickets, that would help us. And now, without any further ado, we have Deputies Russell and Cassie from Palm Beach Sheriff's Office.
All right. Do a quick crime brief of what's taken place here in the neighborhood. We had 1 stolen car, 4 thefts, 3 residential burglaries, 1 robbery to a person, 2 stolen tags, and 5 vandalisms. The next biggest problem we're having here, obviously countywide, we had 4 overdoses here in Jupiter Farms alone the last month. These are all stats for the month. Nothing looked out of the ordinary as far as crime trends or anything, or major crime trends happening here in the neighborhood. I know some people were concerned about the homicide that happened here in the neighborhood. It had nothing to do with the neighborhood itself. It had to do with the victim, maybe what was happening. We can't go completely into their investigation, but we don't have a murderer loose here within our neighborhood.
It wasn't random.
It wasn't. Well, yeah, it wasn't random.
A quick question.
Yeah.
When just last week, we found a bloody needle, hypodermic, and then, a bloody rag.
Yep.
Somebody had wiped off. Can you use that at all? Or, I called in, I said, well, you send somebody to pick it up, but, I don't know.
It's hazardous waste.
Yeah.
We would just discard it at the fire station.
Okay.
And nothing we can do with it.
Well, I'm in the medical field, so I went in and bag it myself.
Yeah.
I took care of that.
Exactly. And that's an epidemic, unfortunately, not just here in our county, nationally. Heroin is coming back. They stopped the pills now so much, and now they're on actual heroin. There's a lot more IV drug use, unfortunately. And there's what they have out there now is you've probably seen it all on the news and stuff. Heroin laced with fentanyl, or mixed with fentanyl. And then we're having sometimes we have 5, 6 overdoses in this district alone.
It's an elephant train.
Huh?
It's an elephant train.
It's a deadly combination. It's killing a lot of people here in this country, unfortunately, until we get some control of it. Did you have anything?
The only thing I would say is with, I guess, with the homicide, I think I saw there was an email that went out. We honestly can't send out information while there's an active investigation because we don't know who is in that email group, and then everything we see, obviously, they don't know. So that's the only reason why. So sometimes it looks bad. We didn't answer, but there's a reason for everything, okay? That's it, Ron.
Anybody else have any questions, comments?
Yeah, a question. Is there any common theme or thread to these vandalisms and thefts? Is it kids,
No, nothing.
transient people?
No.
Is it random?
It's just random stuff. And most of the vandalisms are mailboxes.
Okay.
They have here, country estates, they get the same type of stuff. They get spikes and stuff. The kids are out of school or Saturday night parties or something. And the thefts. I don't actually normally do the thefts because I have to go through each report. A lot of times these thefts occur outside of here, but the victim meets somewhere here at Jupiter Farms or wherever we're doing the stuff. So it doesn't actually, it shows that a crime occurred here, but it actually could have occurred at the Walmart, so a lot of stuff like that. It doesn't get. So I have to read every single report. That's why most of the time I don't even comment on the thefts. They're usually a lot higher than anything else, like the burglaries and stuff like that. Sometimes most of them aren't even from this area. And they also count credit card stuff.
That's helpful to put it in perspective for the residents.
Dude, you said there were 2 home burglaries?
3 residential burglaries. And 1 vehicle burglary. I don't know if I mentioned.
Was anyone injured in the burglaries, or was it just empty home?
No, all occupied.
Being that this is streaming up on Facebook, can you give your normal reminders about locking your gate?
Yeah.
Not, keeping your garage door open?
You gotta lock your valuables, you gotta lock your cars. Most of our, I'd say probably 75% of our vehicle burglaries are unlocked vehicles. Unlocked vehicles. They just come by and they pull door handles. Same thing, garage stuff. When we get burglaries, somebody's, I'm not sure if this one was, but unlocked or a garage left open. Residential burglary is if they burn, if they go in your shed, you don't lock your shed, we still count it as a residential burglary, because it's in your enclosed, currently going to be property.
And if you leave your garage door open or in your car and your car is open, they now have access to your house too.
Exactly, and we do from time to time get that, where they'll come and get your car, they'll find your keys. If they don't steal your car, they'll come back later and either steal your car, break into your house with the key. And they just open the door and walk in the house. So don't leave your keys in the car. And, another thing we're getting countywide down here, obviously, in Jupiter Farms for the most part, you go to the gas station. Women, don't leave your purses on the front seat, and don't leave your car unlocked. You gotta lock your doors when you walk away from your car, even when you're getting gas, because, they're real sneaky. They come up, they duck down alongside the car, you've seen it on the news, the videos of it. They're in and out in 5 seconds, you don't even know, even if you heard the door shut, you wouldn't even be able to catch them because they're gone.
A lot of people actually leave their keys in their vehicle,
Yeah, leave
run
the car
in,
running.
go into the convenience store.
Yeah, we've had-
So, I know
I
it's crazy
recovered
as it
stolen-
sounds, it's true.
I recovered a stolen car yesterday, it was stolen off a facility, we got it in Limestone, car was left running, I don't know what he did. We had another one last night in Jupiter, probably the same guy I took the car from, he probably stole another one. Right here at 1800 block of Jupiter, Indian Town Road, another car stolen, left running, guy got in and drove away.
Art, Brock, I have a comment, Art, that you wanted to.
No, I'm just here to see about the golf carts.
Joel.
Oh, okay.
I know Joel Mumford filled out one. He was to address the golf cart.
I was late.
Us as well,
Okay.
golf carts now.
Okay.
How many people here for the golf cart questions and concerns with?
Go ahead
And then I
ask your
wanna
question.
come after them.
You can
Well,
ask-
seriously, let's see what.
Yes.
Any
Okay.
relation to the Home Depot robbery?
The shooting there? No.
Yes.
That has nothing to do with it. I don't know what their investigation is, but what are you
Because I saw
talking about?
sheriff's
The
cars
park
there,
there?
not Jupiter's cars.
No, that's in the city of Jupiter. Now, we may assist it, because, with a shooting, they only have so many officers on, I think that was 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what their shift change is like or whatever, but we probably assist it. We have a couple guys that are up in this area. Golf carts. Can't operate a golf cart on the roadway. Can't throw an ATV, dirt bike. Okay? It's against state law. It has nothing to do with the county sheriff's office. Palm Beach County opted out of with that ATV law, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago at least. So there's no operation of any type of all-terrain motor vehicle that's not registered on any of the roadways here in Palm Beach County. Yeah.
I see, since you called on it, is, in the acreage now, our daughter was out there, and they have it says, golf cart. They pick them up at school, the sheriffs are right there.
Now, whether they enforce it or not is a different
I'm
story.
not trying to-
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
I mean,
bust your butt.
it's like when you guys do Jupiter Farms Parade down here.
Right.
And you drive the tractors and everything down the road, it's forgiven. It's just, we don't enforce it, but whether they're enforcing it or not, I have no idea what they're doing in the acreage.
Well, I'm just saying, like,
It's still illegal, you can't go down Orange Boulevard.
oh no, I'm saying around your house, you go up and down the dirt road.
Run the dogs. I mean, it's a way of life out here. It's something we've done since we've moved.
I'm telling you, it's not legal.
Right, he's not telling you anything else, he's just telling you it's illegal.
There was a question that was posed to me that you guys were concerned with. We can't, sheriff's office can't change the law, it's a state law, you have to speak to your state legislature.
That's actually not true. It's not to say, first of all, let me say, it's the first meeting I've ever come to. I have deep respect for law enforcement. I work with law enforcement every day of the week. One of the reasons I came to meet here today is because I've been told by not just one, but a few people, they're being, I won't say harassed, because when you're enforcing the law, you're right, that's the law. You're doing your job. But when people are being told things I don't think are actually legally accurate, that becomes a concern for me. I've had a few people tell me that law enforcement stopped or told them in one of the two that not only would they be given a citation, which I believe that I think 202, I think 316, 202, I think is where it's under, but also that their car would be impounded and towed, which I looked all through the statutes, I haven't found authority to do that, but I think it's
Unregistered
kind of
motor vehicle.
What's that?
Operation of unregistered motor vehicle.
Right, I understand that, but I've never ever seen that occur, and when I hear that you guys are out there telling people that, it seems more like a harassment kind of technique.
I haven't seen it occur, I've done it myself.
Okay, well, great, and that's fine, I'll be happy to fight that, but the point is this, why do you feel the need to harass everybody here?
I don't know why, honestly, why it was brought up, so
I think I do know why it's brought up. Everybody that moved out here, decided to live out here because they don't want to be harassed by people over something that doesn't even matter. Now, I will say, UTVs, ATVs, dirt bikes, yeah, that's a problem. Someone's gonna get hurt with a golf cart that goes 15 miles an hour. Why are you doing that? But you're right, it's the state law. And what you say is actually incorrect. It's not the state legislature, it's the county commission. So if we want to change it, we've got to get together, go down the county commission, and have them change it to a golf cart community. And that's why I haven't been to the acreage, sir, but you're probably right. That's probably what they did. If they had signs, they have signs up, okay, then that means they had the county commission change it. So if we want to do that, that's what we need to do as a community. I brought some papers here today. I got some statutes with me. I can show you that. As everybody's leaving tonight, if you would like to, I talked to some people down in the county commission tonight. They did say that having, a little petition with names and email addresses and address would help. But to say that it can't be changed is incorrect. And to say that it's a threat to other people, I don't know why you have to act that way. I mean, there's no need to be harassing a mom and her kids, trying to tow their kids. If you ever did that, I would love it.
You're getting angry at the wrong person.
Well, I don't know that I am. I mean, I don't know why you seem to be so upset with everybody.
I don't think this is, I don't think this is the,
Gentlemen,
I don't think this is the proper forum to get confrontation.
Or attitude.
well, no, I'm doing it now because it's gonna happen inside the road sooner than later.
Is there requirements that would enable us to register these?
Yes, you could, as it was.
I have one here.
Yeah, it's not feasible. It's not
It's
feasible.
not.
Well, now the sheriff haven't passed done that. I've seen him pull people over. It was Shields, which is no longer in the area, but I've seen him pull people over and then take away the golf cart. I saw him with my own eyes take away the golf cart. So
We
it
might
has
want to
been
go,
done.
we might want to get a
Let me give you an
petition.
example of what
Oh,
happens is.
let's
okay,
bring that up.
You're saying your mom and dad get pulled over for having their kids in the golf cart.
Yeah.
What happens is, now the 8-year-old and 9-year-old kid get in their golf cart, and they drive the same golf cart down the road, and they get run over, because they don't stop at stop signs, they don't know what the state laws are as far as.
Did anybody, did I
traffic.
mention that?
We haven't once mentioned a child driving it. I
Could
think
they not be
should
sitting with a
completely
car?
wrong.
Could they get the hold of a car? I mean, what are we
I'm
talking?
just saying
Yeah.
why the enforcement occurs.
Yeah, no, we
and
agree.
everything, but, because I can't go and stop this gentleman here, and you drive by and I say, no, well, they're good. Doesn't work that way.
The
You
game
enforce
commission
all
did do
the
that
laws.
to me.
Huh?
The game commission did do that to me. He let some 16-year-old girls go in a golf cart, and he pulled my wife and I over.
And where was this?
It was on Old Indian
And I
Town
can't
Road in
dispute
Nutley.
each incident, and I don't even know why the game commission would be stopping you here in
Pulled
Tommy
me over.
Country State.
Did he not? He
I'm
pulled-
not saying it did,
And he
but
said,
I
you
can't.
know, you're not supposed to be on the road. And I said, yeah. And he gave me a rash, and I turned around, went back home. I mean, that was the only time I've had sheriffs come by me, just as nice, they wave, they don't ever say a word, because we're not doing it. I'm an old guy, they don't do that. They
It's
just go out on
usually
Sunday
not
morning.
yourself, or it's, what happens is, we
Somebody's
get
full.
complaints, because, like I said, we get kids out here that don't belong in the golf carts, and they'll put 5 and 6 kids driving down the road on the golf cart, off, just hanging off like
Right.
a toy. And then, next thing is the ATV, you get the 4-wheeler, that's accompanying them, and we get all these complaints, and we're gonna act on these things. And like you said, what we're gonna do, we're not gonna pick and choose who we're gonna.
Well, I just say, I've had you all ask me, but there's no problem.
Generally, it's not a major concern, we got other things, it's
More-
a hierarchy of what we're
That's where I'm
doing.
coming from.
Okay?
You have more important things than to see somebody going sputtering down the
When
road.
the complaints come in, and
Is that
higher
what
ups
you
say,
said?
that's generally what happens, it goes in cycles.
But it's usually for complaints. As much as, guys, as much as we don't just leave our district and just come down looking for golf carts or ATVs and stuff. We know. There's so much bigger fishes out there for us, we know this. But when someone calls and complains, it's like you call for someone to get robbed or golf cart. We have to come by. And that's what it is. As bad, as good as it may sound for you guys, unless you guys, and you're right, unless you guys change it, we're just doing our jobs. We can't change it.
We understand that, but here's the thing, so if you're getting complaints about kids on golf carts doing the inappropriate thing you're not supposed to be doing with them. My mother-in-law and sister-in-law and father-in-law just got pulled over last week on their golf cart.
they're in their 60s and my sister-in-law is in her 30s. By no means are these kids. They don't look like kids. So if you have to be 16 years old with a valid driver's license to drive a golf cart, if you see kids driving a golf cart, pull them over. Why are you pulling over adults that are just doing nothing?
Well, again, it's not, it's picking and choosing at that point. We can't. If we're gonna do it for one, we have to do it for everyone.
But that's not necessarily true. You have the authority to make, it's your discretion as to whether or not to give a ticket. You
Well,
don't
that's
have to
not
do
about
that.
my saying
And just
this.
like what this officer said here about the unregistered motor vehicle, I know you're saying that unregistered motor vehicle you can tow. How many, let me tell you something, I handle a lot of cases, and if you've been, ever written a ticket and been to court, you've seen my name on in a way, and I can tell you this. I've never, ever, not one time, and I handle a lot of unregistered vehicle tickets, I've never seen a vehicle towed, not one time. And if you're saying, if you're threatening to tow somebody's vehicle because of that, you're basically kind of harassing them. You don't have to do that, it's your discretion, you can give them a ticket. I'm sure someone will be fine to give a ticket. You're gonna make some, like, mom or kids walk home, threaten to tow their vehicle. Come on, man, there's no reason to do that here.
What can happen? I mean,
Anything can happen, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to tow your vehicle.
nobody ever says you.
I know, but that's discretion.
It's something that can
What Trevor's
be
saying is
done.
discretion. You guys can use your discretion. You don't have to go out there and say, oh, well, there's a family. I can stop them. I have to stop them because I also have to stop those 8-year-olds. You don't have to do that. You can use your discretion. You don't have to do that.
And you're right, but till it's changed, then things will happen.
All right,
That's all
Joe,
that
so let me speak about that change. That's what I wanted to bring up. The one way that you can change this, if you all really want to preserve what we have here in the farm, I've been here since 1990. You can ask Lowe's, I was one of the first ones that got involved in the paper, and also this organization, when we were fighting the shopping center.
Right.
With my name, it was on the lawsuit, with the rest of the people on the board. That's how far I stepped up for the farm. Now, back then, the one lever that we used on them that really brought them around, we started looking into forming our own town. Okay, I was chairman of that committee, and I'll tell you what, boy did they pick up and listen. Okay, we did a study on it, and between you and me, secretly, okay, there wasn't enough tax base here. You know, we had about 5,000 people. That's not the same now. We, as our own city, can set up our own police force, or we can hire, contract with the sheriff. We set up zoning. We could set up charters to preserve what is unique about Jupiter Farms. I do home health. I'm all over the county, okay? From all the way down from Boynton Beach up to Point St. Lucie, east and west. And I'll tell you right now, this is the most unique community I have ever seen. I love it here. That's why I got involved back in the 90s. And I'm just saying, if you all want to really get somebody's notice, start again, form a city. They just need a little city so they could get around zoning to open up a whole bunch of development. You know, out in the west, it was just, I think, you know what I'm talking about. If you really want to preserve what we've got, we gotta do it now, because right now, we're losing it fast. Okay, there's a lot of laws, like town of Jupiter already tried to shove water and sewer down your throat. That's the first step for them incorporating. I said back in the 90s, Jupiter wants us. If you look at their map, you'll see the town of Jupiter, and then right on Indian Town Road comes this almost, I hate to say it, but almost like a penis coming straight out of the neck. You know, and it's pointed right at us. It's 100-yard swath on either side. Okay, that's Jupiter. You know why? Because by getting us, that stops us from setting up a boundary, which at the time was supposed to be 3 miles. So to go from their point, we would have to go 3 miles, and that which takes it past a shopping center. All right, and how long is that point? Because I know you guys have to share it with the Jupiter Police.
Sunoco now, isn't it?
Yeah, they have.
I think it goes out to Sunoco?
Yeah, they have the park there,
Yeah, and it's only like 200 feet on either
It's
side,
been
isn't it?
Sunoco since 1977.
Yeah, okay.
City of Jupiter?
Yes.
But they
They
controlled
have-
it.
Why did they set it up like that?
Riverbend Park was part of the town of Jupiter
Oh.
since the early 70s.
They didn't police it. How did that
They didn't
Right,
police it.
that's how
The
the
town
utilities-
of
when
Jupiter
utilities were
has
brought in.
owned the finger, has